What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Rewriting the Script. I'm your host, Sasha, and this is where we spark change, ignite hope, and empower you to take control. And on today's episode, we got a special guest. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hey y'all, my name is Latia Russell. I am a mompreneur, meaning I have mother to. I'm a founder of a nonprofit called Take My Hand. I'm a community leader. Yeah.
Period. And it's my friend too, y'all. All right, so we're going to hop right in. Let's start off by let's talk about like your journey in life a little bit, like, the beginning. How you
Like the
transformed into here.
beginning.
Yeah. Like how did you get here to Days to you?
Woo, child. Okay. Let's see. Let me start off by saying, okay, so a lot of people know me now as the founder of Take My Hand, but as a my teens growing up, I was that party girl. I was going to the club, shot girl, turn up queen, half naked clothes. That was me. No judgment to nobody, but that started my life. Promoting parties. Little fast forward, I got introduced to church, and within that time, I also was still partying, but going to church at the same time. But then when it got to a point, I had like a little turnaround when I was smoking weed, and I had like a really bad reaction. And at that moment, I started having panic attacks, and then I had told God, like just get these panic attacks, and I do better, and it went away.
Okay.
So I started kind of taking God more seriously, going to church more, going to Bible study, and things like that. And then he kind of implanted Take My Hand. I started in 2012, actually, when I was still in the
Excuse me,
parties,
y'all.
but I wasn't really taking it seriously. I didn't take it seriously until 2019. And I just started shooting from there. And so now I'm this community leader and giving back to my community, changing the youth. Got a youth program. So I'm happy to be here.
That's what's up. So what do you feel like in your journey maybe was the most difficult part?
My journey.
Yeah.
I think every day is a struggle. Okay, because for
It
one,
is.
especially when you get spiritually aligned and you're trying to pretty much kind of unlearn patterns that you're familiar with.
Yes.
Don't let me go preachy up
Yes.
in here, but when you battling between the spirit and the flesh every day, it's definitely a challenge. Overall, I do good, but I think the challenge is really just making great choices and
Right.
making sure that you're making a great choice for yourself.
Right. So how do you think like you overcome like when it's time like say when you in those predicaments where you gotta make a tough choice, you know how sometimes like we be in situations and then we be convicted like you really want to do it but you know that's not what you're really supposed to do. Like how do you overcome those, times?
So now my new method is I think about a scripture, one of my favorite scriptures, which is 1 Corinthians 10:13.
Yeah.
And to sum it up, he pretty much just say like everybody got temptations, but God is faithful, but he will always give you like that exit or your door out. So now I kind of just look for that door. So if I'm in a predicament and I know it's one little area where I could be like, okay, nope, I just don't do it.
Yeah.
So that's literally my method right now. So
Yeah.
that's been going pretty good, actually. I've been getting myself out of a lot of trouble.
No, that's good too. I was watching this podcast and he said something about it, like, about that too. Like God always gives us a way out when we tempted. So if you fall into it, that's because that you already made the decision that's what you was gonna do. You wanted to do.
Exactly.
And I'm like, dang, that's true. Because it's like you got your mind you got your
I'm
mind
trying to
made
tell
up.
you, but
Like,
if you think about that exit and that way out, you'll be like, all right, let me
yeah.
just pick that route. It's a reason why it came in your head in the first place because you know you weren't supposed to do it in the first
Yeah.
place. So yeah.
Yeah, it's that conviction too. I always feel like now, like today, I thought about this. Like, I feel like if you even think, like if you're questioning what you're about to do,
Yep.
9 times out of 10 that you ain't supposed to
That's
do
another
it.
way out too.
You're
But
not
I ain't
supposed to
gonna
do
lie, I
it.
still would be questioning myself and I still do it.
Yeah,
And then the next day
yeah.
I'll be like, God, I'm so
You
sorry.
know,
Like,
yeah, I've been
I
there.
know I wasn't supposed to do that. And I'm like, but it was that flesh. Because that flesh be winning a lot of times. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. And people, I hope people don't be lying, acting like they don't, because the flesh works. They don't really understand the power of the enemy too. Like he has a
yeah,
lot of power. So it's not as hard. It's not as easy as people think. When they see you turn over, they like, oh, she this, she that. You know, she you don't supposed to do this, and they don't. They just put this big, high expectations on us, which that's something I really do not. I dislike because they will see that you know talking about God or you talking about this, and then maybe one day I might show some drinks, and it's like okay,
it's a problem.
like it's not
Yeah,
that's okay. You just don't get drunk. It's your intention
yeah,
or whatever. So you know it's okay to have a drink.
because people
You go
don't.
beyond your limit, now you drunk. That's a sin. So
Yeah,
I think a lot of people just put these high expectations for what they call churchy people. So I always say I'm human, but I'm holy.
yeah, yeah, and then too, I feel like that my personal opinion is the ones who do that, they be the ones you just don't show what you do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you do stuff behind closed doors, but you're condemning me for, okay, I made a mistake. Or, I'm still working on this. Not saying I don't want to use that as an excuse because I know they say sometimes we could use that like, as a clutch. Like, God's still working on me, but really no. Everybody, everybody's walk, like we talked about earlier, is different with Christ. And your temptation may not be my temptation. So some things may be harder for me to get over or to try to fix. You know what I'm saying? So you can't compare your walk with life. You can't also too, another thing, if you're on a spiritual journey, do not pay attention to social media, what you see on social media, because that can give yourself grace. That's gonna make you could feel shame because you're not where somebody else is at.
And that's what the enemy uses a lot. The enemy
Oh,
loves to use. He wants you to condemn yourself. Like
yeah,
he wants you. Like when you mess up, acknowledge that you messed up and
yeah,
pray to God and keep going. But don't just you messed up one time. Now you think, okay, let me just do a couple of more things because I've
yeah,
already
yeah,
messed up that one time. So let me just go with the
yeah,
gusto and finish throughout the day messing up. Like
yeah,
no,
yeah,
correct yourself right then and there and just keep going. Like
yeah.
so, yeah. The enemy used that a lot.
Yeah, no, for sure. Shame. If he can get you to feel that shame, it also keeps. I talked about this the other day by myself. Like shame can get you to not go to God because there's been plenty of times where like I felt embarrassed about something and I wouldn't go talk to him about it knowing I should because he know, what I'm saying, but it's like the shame, like Lord, I'm
Girl,
embarrassed, I don't
I
want to talk to
listen.
you about
I'm
it.
talking about God with everything, every single thing. I'm literally talking about like when I'm annoyed, when
Yeah.
I'm irritable, when my kids get on my nerves, when I'm like not patient enough. Like right now, I'm working out the fruits of the spirit.
Yeah.
So I've been working on gentleness, patience, and then like my little thing, do everything in love.
Yeah.
So
I
because
love
that's
that
like I
too.
don't think people understand the depth of that. Do everything in
Yeah.
love, like loving your neighbor. So that's somebody who molested somebody. That's somebody who hurt you.
Yes.
That's literally everybody. And so it's really hard to just say like you really love somebody. Like why would I love somebody that put his hands on me? No, you really do gotta love them. So
Yeah.
that's a
And people
big
don't,
thing.
yeah, when you say that, because I love that you said that, because a lot of people feel like you supposed to like, hate the person that did you bad, when really like if you read the Bible, and I'm not saying like I've read the Bible all the way through yet, but I've read the Bible, and like as much as they condemn Jesus and as much love as he still showed people, we are a representation. We're supposed to
Literally.
be of Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what people do us or how they do us, we're supposed to do everything, like you said, in love, be kind. I mean, nobody's saying like you let these people back in your life, but you release them with love,
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
people just, I think they got to work on their pride,
Yeah.
including
Pride.
me, y'all, still.
That's another
That's
thing
something
that
I'm
the
still
enemy
working
use.
on. Yeah.
Pride, and I would be the same way. Somebody do me dirty, and I know I'm about to come up. Oh, they about to see
Yeah.
what I'm about to do. Like what? Like, but now I'm very aware of it now. So now I just be like, nope. Okay, well, I thank God for you putting me here and in this space and leveling up. But
Yeah.
to care what they think, like no, I had a thing with that, just comparing myself. Like I used to always compare myself to people too, even when like spiritual too, like looking at them,
Yeah.
like they'll be looking just too perfect on social media, and
Yeah.
I'll be like, dang, or like I feel some type of way about posting something, like
Me,
just
oh my God,
like
Tia, me too.
literally
Me
I'll be
too.
feeling some type of way, like I post the drinks right, but that joke might be deleted by the next day
Yeah.
because I don't want to post it.
I've been
But
there.
really, it's just like, okay, I'm not getting drunk. I'm literally just,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it's a battle with what I want to post. Like I literally cried last year because I had this way of how I dressed, like, so I used to like, show my stomach and stuff or whatever, which ain't a problem. But sometimes I wear stuff that just don't look like a follower. Because at the same time, it's like, okay, we can be ourselves, but we are supposed to represent Jesus and
Yeah.
supposed to be that light. So we can't really blend in with the world. So you
Yeah.
gotta kind of just like settle down when it comes to stuff like that.
Mhm.
And one day I wore this cute little blue outfit and it was short. I had went to Canada and it had showed my stomach and I had posted it and everything, but I just kept on getting this feeling in my delete it, delete it.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, oh, I don't want to delete it. But then I had this dream. And one of the girls that I said I'd be looking up to and comparing
Yeah.
myself to, she had something like that. It was the same outfit, and
Mhm.
she was saying about dressing modest or whatever.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was just like that introduction or some type of sign trying to tell me like just delete it, like you
Mhm.
can't dress like that, like that's
Yeah.
just not how you're supposed to dress. Now you kind of just
Yeah.
you got to settle down with the way you try to do. So yeah, girl, I
No,
was
that's
crying about that too
understandable.
because I like the way I dress.
Yeah, it be grief, no, for sure.
Grief,
Like,
yes, grief for
yeah.
letting go of the stuff that you used to do. Like it's very much grief, and
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Cause that's something I still tell people like, no, I ain't good. I haven't, like with drinking. So drinking is actually something. This is my first time talking about it because I told Ebony this is like my first time I've been feeling conviction from drinking.
Ooh.
I have not felt conviction. I drink still, and I don't. I'll have a couple drinks here and there, but I kind of probably overdid it when I went out of town. I'm not
Oh
gonna
yeah, I
lie.
see you.
And when I got back, literally, I felt the conviction of like I had to let drinking go. So I'm like, okay, I don't think it'll be a struggle, but like the other day, we went into a little function and I did get a drink. And I was like, okay, afterwards, like, I kind of feel bad, like, the conviction. So it's there. Like, that's something I think need to let go now. But I'm like, for me, I'm like, dang, I didn't think it would be hard because I don't drink like that. I have a drink here
I
and
know
there.
it always be like that's why I say to still give yourself grace though,
Yeah.
because you're not as long you wasn't getting drunk or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's just baby steps.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just
yeah.
literally baby steps. Like because you gotta think about you just drinking that one glass. It's the difference between an 8 ounce and a 16.
Yeah. Yeah.
So okay, because we be having
Yeah.
red cups and you don't really be realizing that's not really a cup. That's literally like two cups.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
don't be realizing that's why we be so turned.
Yeah. So I'm just like, like the little, and it won't come. Like I know everything too in your life won't happen at once. That God, it'll come like you said, like spirit of moment. And so like for me dressing, like when you talk about dressing and I hear other people like online talk about like people who I follow in their Christian walk and they talk about, I'm like, and I'll be like, well, I ain't felt no conviction the way I dress yet. So I'll
And
cross
that's
that
why
bridge
your
when I
walk
get
is
there.
your walk.
Exactly.
That's exactly why
Yeah.
your walk is your walk, because there's certain things like I just feel like first of all everybody I feel like got some type of ministry in them in some type of way. Like even with hairdressers can talk to their people like that. Me, I feel like honestly that Take My Hand is ministry, so I try my best to like incorporate God with anything we do or having scriptures or anything on our stuff. I try to put that or whatever. But I feel like we all some type of messenger when it
Definitely.
comes to that.
Yeah.
So
Because that's what I've always said that. I feel like when I started reading the Bible, from what I got out of it was, and when he said, go make disciples and be disciples, we're all called to do different things, but whatever we're called to, we're just called to bring people to Christ.
literally,
Anything that
that's
you
it.
do, you can talk to people about Christ.
Literally, that's
So
it.
that's, yeah.
I swear, I wish people read the Bible
They
because
think
they
too
just
much
think
into it.
it's so many people that messed up. It's so many people that did so many things that we do now. And if they just read the Bible and just see that they do that, they will stop putting these high expectations for us
Yeah.
and really give us grace. I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell you, they literally drunks, prostitutes,
Yeah.
all these people, but they
And
forget
God
it's
used
literally
everybody, all of them.
Listen, okay, so
Yeah, and then he didn't. Another misrepresentation is you do not have to wait until you're all together to come to God. God cleans us up as we're going through our walk. And I wish people will talk about that more because it makes the world seem like you have to be perfect. Oh, I'll come to God when I stop doing this. No, literally come to God as you are,
I did that.
and
I for sure did
he will, yeah,
that. I for
and
sure
he'll
tried to do
change you
that.
on the way.
Yes,
It's
I
like
definitely
this a
tried.
long walk. This is not no, this a forever walk. You know what I'm saying? This is not no quick. I think people just think like, oh, I'm gonna go to God and everything gonna change. Nah, baby, this
And then
is
they
like
don't
long.
realize what you stripping away once you get to God.
Yeah.
So when you see them posts with people like, when I turn to God versus when I do, and then there's like them partying and stuff, and then the next one's like they crying, and it was like, why would I want to
Yeah.
go that part when you crying? Like, make it make sense.
Yeah.
But I get it, and it's just because we really battling, and they don't
Yeah.
realize like you was just in the flesh so much. Because when I tell you, when I was party promoting, I wasn't thinking about God. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just
Yeah.
partying, like driving home drunk and whatever, and still like it wasn't there for me. I never thought about God. I never thought about church. I never really cared too much. Like, not, I'm just saying it wasn't a thought. Like, it was really like an
Yeah.
out of sight, out of mind type of thing. Even when I went to church too, it was just like, okay, I went to church. You know, okay.
Yeah.
But I was still like doing it. But I don't remember like me really having problems for real, honestly,
Yeah.
until I got to God's side and realized like how much stuff that
Yeah.
that I was really going through, but didn't realize that I was going through. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a process. It's a
Definitely.
process. Okay.
Yeah. So like just give like Tia said, grace, like grace gonna have to when I say you gonna have a bunch of grace, ooh, you have to have a lot of grace, okay? So just give yourself grace. And
So
that's
how did you start doing a podcast anyway?
well, God all right, so this is something like God placed on my heart. When I first started, you know, when I went after my separation and divorce and stuff, and I went through my whole weight loss journey, everybody was in my inbox. Like it was so many people in my inbox was just telling me like how much they was encouraging me and how can I do this? How did you start this? You know what I'm saying? Like they was watching me, and then even like with my spiritual journey when I was sharing that a little bit, um, you know, people were just telling me how much inspiring I was doing giving to them. So um God kind of like I watch podcasts a lot, and I don't watch like bullcrap podcasts. I watch something that feeds my mind, whatever. So just one day God just put it on my heart like I want you to share your story. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right, in my mind I'm thinking like share my story how, you know.
Right.
So podcast, like literally that it popped in my head. I even wrote it, it's in my journal, podcast. But I was pushing it off because I'm like, I really didn't want to share my divorce and what I didn't want to be open about I didn't want to talk about my husband leaving me because I was embarrassed. It was like embarrassed. Like
Oh, okay.
I got to tell the world that I got left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like, I think that's what it was, you know? So when I just started talking to my therapist and like, you know, friends and stuff, they like, you know, that's your story. You know, it's okay. Like pretty much just getting peace with it. Like it's okay. So boom, I came to the event here, the first Just Create event here. And one day Eric was talking about like, how if you don't give God your yes, you could stop somebody's healing. And when he said that, girl, it was like
I did click
it
like, wait a
stung me in
minute.
the heart,
I
like,
know.
and
He
that
was
was just
like,
like my confirmation, like you need to do what God told you to do. Then now also that after that happened, I left here. I was like, okay, I need to start. So I was like, all right, God, how I'm about to do this, you know what I'm saying? So just like 2 weeks ago, Ebony was saying like how she wanted to start her own production company and stuff, and I know she worked with, you know, cameras and stuff. So I'm like, all right, let me call her and see if she want to be my first, you know, she want me to be her first project,
yeah,
you know. So I called her, she was down for it. Then we had to find a space. It was like everything just started to align.
line. Yeah.
The space, boom, I was already coming here. And then when they was like, this space was free, she had already said she was looking for somebody to do a podcast. So I asked, and I had never got back with her. When I came back to the second event, she was like, what happened to you? I've been waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? So then that day, I had just got what I needed to. I started putting in dates, and then everything just started to take off from there.
Yeah, you had some good content, girl. Like your
Thank you.
videos,
Thank
all
you.
that. I'm like, oh, you doing better than me.
No, we all doing
Cause I can't. I be trying to keep up with these reels and all that. That's just too much for me. I cannot deal.
But I just think like it's hard. Like no content. I hate editing. That's why I appreciate Ebony because this part like she don't do like my person. I do all my own personal stuff, but like she takes care of everything for the podcast. That's not my.
Yeah.
That's not me. I know that I wouldn't be able to do that because that's not me. But you need a team. You know what I'm saying? Even though
Definitely
right
a
now
team.
it's just me and her. But other people, we've had so much help from other people. Like God has tremendously blessed us.
That's one thing. When you say yes to God, He gonna provide.
Yeah, for
I think we forget
sure.
about that when
Yeah.
we don't know. He knows.
Yes, like
So
definitely.
you gotta realize He working in the back.
Yeah, and I think
Even when
like
it
my
don't make sense.
expectation was low. It was very low. I didn't think it would take off like as quick as it's going now, and how much impact I don't want to say me because this is God's podcast, how much impact rewriting the script will have on people's lives. Like I get messages literally every day from people, and it be making me like so emotional because it just lets me know, okay, I'm doing what God told me to do, even in the middle of my transition, of me still transitioning in my spiritual journey. You know what I'm saying? Because you can still be in your purpose and on your calling while still transforming.
Definitely.
You know?
That's how people connect with you.
Yeah.
Your transformation,
And being honest.
relatable.
Yeah.
People. That's how the people connect. So
Yeah.
I definitely agree.
So yeah, and I think I just wanted to also because this wasn't supposed to be like a guest thing. It was literally my plan was just me talking, all the time. But apparently God's plan was different. And now I see why, because, everybody's journey is different. Everybody's story is different. Somebody needs to hear your story. You know what I'm saying? Somebody needs to hear your story or who's relatable to you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't relate to divorce.
Right.
But I'm really glad that God chose me. Sometimes I don't be glad, but I'm glad. Like I'm glad God trusted. Obviously, He's seen something that I didn't see.
I'm trying to say, so. I'll be like, oh my God, why do I gotta do this?
Yeah.
I do not feel like doing it. I tell him to. I'll be like.
Yeah.
Like he literally be calling me to like make amends with people.
Yeah, girl, oh my God.
I messaged somebody not too long ago, and she like gave me the response, but it was just like I should never wrote her.
Right.
Like I wasn't supposed to write her. I don't care for real. But I'm just trying to be obedient. Okay.
Yeah, girl. Oh my God, I'm glad you brought that up because that's how. For me at work, it was at work, and then with my kid's father, it was so much like pride that God was making me eat. And I was like, to the point where I would cry sometimes, like, Lord, I don't want to call and apologize. Why do I got to call and say I'm sorry first? You know what I'm saying?
Because we got.
And even at work, I would have to go to
we
people.
Always got to be big first every time.
Listen.
I can really get cussed out.
That's why I felt so good yesterday when he called me first.
I got to be the one to say something to him. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen.
But I do be lashing out still, so.
I had my. It's rare though. I think God. That's another thing. Like patience. God has quickly gave me. Yeah, He still every day. That's
patience
you gotta choose.
What they say, virtue.
Virtue.
Cause
yesterday I was texting my homeboy like, bro, I'm trying to figure out if I'm about to crash out right now, or if I'm right now I'm having a decision made. And I'm like, I'm trying to make the right decision, but everything is leading me towards crashing right now. And what I do, I crashed out.
Listen, yesterday, I told you I was working on the fruits of the spirit.
Yeah.
So I was like shipping, like grocery shopping for people. Mm-hmm. So then one of the ladies, she was a senior citizen. And, when it was gentleness that I was doing or whatever, in the process it was saying being patient when I read like the little devotion or whatever. But nevertheless, I delivered the groceries, and then she wanted me to put them up in her house. Like put them up because she was saying she was weak.
Oh, okay. Like you put them in the cabinet.
Yes.
Okay.
And I was like, and it's like God was like telling me to do it, but the black side of me was like, I don't know her. I don't know, like, so I had to call my friend, like, what should I do this? Like, I'm like, I don't know. Like, she like, well, if you it feel like you called to do it, just do it. And not to mention she was talking my ear off. I was ready to go. And I was just like, all I was thinking about was like patience. She probably just don't talk to nobody. She probably don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I came in there like, I gotta look around your house because I don't know you, and I need to make sure ain't nobody in this house.
I know that's
I'm
right.
like, oh
Ain't
my
nothing wrong
God,
with that.
but I know I probably made her day just by me just sitting there. I put her
Boom, there you
groceries
go.
up. She was telling me about World War III or whatever she
Uh-huh.
was going on because she was born 1940, so she know a lot back
Okay.
then in the history. That was never my subject,
Uh-huh.
but I was just like, okay, but yeah, you never know how you make somebody's day too. So
Yeah.
I make sure also like I always have a good attitude. Like even like I'm that good morning person, and you be like, how are you? And they be like you, and then they don't respond.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
that
like that.
person like.
Yeah.
I
Me
said
too.
you.
Yeah.
Don't start nothing home.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yes, I'm
But
always telling people good morning.
yeah, and then too, when you said like, you know how you said like you're learning the fruits of the spirit and you asking God to teach you. What I was gonna say, well, he like literally in my mind when you were saying that was when we ask him for stuff, that's him giving us what we ask for. Like we have to practice those things.
Literally. That's
Like
exactly what I thought
yeah,
about when I went downstairs and I thought about it. I'm like, I did ask God to do this. I'm
yeah,
like, this I can't.
yeah,
I'm like, all right, let me go up here. I was scared as ever.
yeah.
I just kept, I was doing it, but I kept on like going by the door too, because her house, the little apartments was so small. I was annoyed the whole
Yeah,
entire time, but I still did it. I'm like,
yeah.
all right, I'm about to go now. And she
And
like,
even when we ask for stuff, you know, it's funny too, because it just gotta brought my thought back to this is like how I said, I kind of didn't ask for the podcast. I wanted to do it a different way, but it's like you did because you act like I did ask God's like, Lord, I want to be able to help somebody in the future, you know, just encourage somebody. So I did ask for that, but it's just not in the way
yeah,
that
it's
I wanted it to look like. Also, too, like I found myself, I would be complaining about certain things, even when it came to the podcast, to work, being a parent. And I remember one day he was like, "Look, girl, I was sitting in my car, and the thought you asked for this dropped in my mind, in my brain. I was like, okay, God, you right,
no for
you
real.
right,
I be doing that same
you
thing.
right." So you know, just be careful what you pray for, what you ask
Yeah,
for,
I don't pray
because
for nothing. I don't, because I be like, let's take my hand, and I be like, don't give me more
then you
than
can handle.
I can handle, like just enough, like
Right.
more than what I did last year.
Yeah.
Because I know
Yeah.
what that looks like, so I don't over pray about something that I like don't want to
Yeah.
rush the process. Like I know I want it. I know He know in my heart I want it. So
Yeah.
like I pray about it, but I be like, I'm gonna leave it in your hands,
Right.
and leave it at that, and
Yeah.
leave it at that. So.
I feel God's man, yeah, he's so good. Like, just because God is not an irresponsible God, I feel like too sometimes he will let you, okay, you ask for something, and I feel like he will like give it to you, but I feel like sometimes he'll give us things to show us we not ready to, either because not everything we ask for we are ready for it. Like,
Yep.
and I don't think we talk about enough about that either. It's like, okay, I'm asking you for it, and this just not even to go into purpose. This is with anything. Like people ask for, pray for families, marriages. You pray for more money, and literally we will mishandle. We don't know how to handle certain things. You know what I'm saying? And then when you look at it, you like, dang, God gave me this, and I mishandled it. I didn't do what I was supposed to do the
That's
correct
so
way with
crazy
it.
you said that. That is
So,
so crazy.
yeah.
Listen, this is not me because right now I'm not working.
Uh-huh.
So the job I was at, basically like all my jobs is always on here. I got freedom. But it reminds you, I still do take my hand stuff. So
Right.
I'm a boss. So like
Right,
when
right.
I'm listening to them, the supervisors telling me what to do, I'm just like, you don't make sense. But nevertheless, I used to find myself doing stuff like at work. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I don't like I would do my work. I make sure like I don't like on my work, but I would do other things within the work. And then I've thought about that, like when you just said mishandle, like that's what I do. Like I would do the work, but I also like mishandle how I handle and work or whatever. So messages kept on coming to me about like being a good steward. It's like it's not about your money, it's about how you handle work,
Yeah.
how you handle your family, like how do you it's like so I was just like, all right, God. So the next job I got, I'm gonna make sure that I'm not mishandling. I'm actually being a good stewardess, and I'm actually being a good employee,
Yeah.
and being more honest on the job.
Yeah.
So I
No,
have to
I
make
get
sure I
you.
get that. So
Same. I think for me right now, and my thing is finance, like financials, like being due diligent. What's the word?
do
Due diligent.
the
Due diligent. I can't say it, y'all. Due diligence. Okay, working on my doing right. Let me just say it, doing right with my finances, like not being irresponsible with money. And that's something like right now I'm struggling with is handling my finances in the right way. And God is like really, when I say he dealing with me with my finances, oh yeah, he dealing with me with my finances. And it's like, all right, I see why, you got to be responsible. You know what I'm saying? I got to be responsible. And it's like he'll strip you from everything
yes,
and make you start over. And then if you don't learn the lesson, you're going to start over again. You know what I'm saying? So that's one area like I've always struggled with is, being honest, money, and even not trusting him with money.
yeah,
Like, I think that's one of the things that I've never given to God is my money. And I don't even say my money because it's his money, but my finances, like I ain't never trusted him with my finances. I always try to be control of it. So I think he's teaching me right now, like, no, I'm in control of everything you have. And that's hard. Like,
yeah.
girl, that's so
I was
hard.
like that before. I didn't have a job for like 6 months, and I was behind on rent, like 2 months behind. And I was really like, then I was like making sandwiches for lunch. I'm just like, okay, let me just like he really had me, and I was still in the word too. Like people wouldn't even know that year. I don't even know what year it was, but it was the year I went to. I'll never forget. It was the year I went to the Forbes thing or whatever, and people did. I was still doing take my hand stuff. I was still doing everything right, like so nobody would know that I was
Yeah,
never
that girl,
without a
yeah.
job. I've been without a job a couple of times, and people don't know what I'm doing. I ain't in a job now, and I was just at a lot of stuff. Like people just don't be knowing like what I be
Right.
going through or whatever because I don't look like it, but I'm definitely humble now from that situation. Like I used to always ask God for peace, but that was the peace I need, meaning literally relying on Him. Like that was the peace. When I was thinking about peace, I was thinking like just everything, just like.
Yeah.
But no, the peace is like really trusting in Him and what He's doing in your life, and like
Yeah.
literally like waking up and relying on every single thing that you
Yeah.
do. So I've been humble since then. So with money and all that, like I ain't scared to just say no to stuff. I ain't. If I know I don't got it, I'm gonna say I don't
No.
have it
Yeah.
and leave it at that. Like I don't live beyond my means or nothing like that.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's really good. So let's talk a little bit about your nonprofit, Take My Hand.
All right. So, we are a 501. Our mission is to foster love and connection one hand at a time by empowering our youth. We got a youth program called the Generational Givers. So we are empowering them to become leaders, instilling them like life skills, like financial literacy, learning about art therapy, mental health, of course, and then our other portion is to community engagement. So we have resource parties, just connecting our community with like different type of resources, and then enhancing our community's mental health. So we have a program called Therapy is Lit, and acronym Life in Therapy, and that's connecting our community about therapy, being an advocate, letting them know about therapy, how it's, it is like a benefit, and then letting them know also that Medicaid pays for it, because I don't think a lot of people know that.
No, that's good. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. When I was
that's
on
really
Medicaid,
good.
they definitely was paying for it. So
That's
yeah.
good. Yeah. Okay, so what okay, first let's Take My Hand. How did you come up with that name? Like where did that come from?
So yeah, so I remember I told you like we started in 2012. It was me, my friend Dynasty. It's another girl, and I forgot her name.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just want her. But yeah, actually, we was just on some like, oh, let's feed the homeless.
Okay.
Like so that's how it started. We was just like, oh, let's feed the homeless, and then We like we had an event and everything. We was really about to do something. It's so funny. Like we had collected like clothes and we told them what we wanted to do and it was so nice or whatever. But I think within like a couple of months we kind of stopped. We didn't do nothing.
Okay.
Like I just forgot about it. It was long gone. And then God just instilled it to me back like out of nowhere. Like honestly, I don't even know what I was doing for it to come back in my spirit, but it came back in like 2018. But I ended up having my daughter that year, so I couldn't do much. But I did have like 2 or 3 events, and then 2019 was like go time. Like I was ready. I ended up becoming a 501, and I haven't stopped since.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And then the youth part of it, because I know you said it's like a youth program,
Yes,
right?
youth program. It's called the Generational Givers.
Okay, so what's your ages for that?
10 to 16.
And then like what's your mission statement? Is it the same mission statement?
Yeah,
or
pretty
like-
much to empower them to become leaders and just giving them a sense of responsibility because I want to instill in them early about like empathy and just giving back to their own neighborhoods, becoming like their own caretakers and cleaning their own neighborhoods and giving everybody that sense that they like young adults can like make a change. So yeah.
So I know you're a mental health advocate, right? And that's something that like we promote a lot on here. What do you think like for you, how have you overcome like I don't even want to say I don't want to use the overcome because I know like it be up and down, like our mental be up and down. You know what I'm saying? But like what have you learned like about what's the greatest thing you've learned about mental health? Let me say that. Let me ask you that.
To take it seriously.
Yeah.
No, for real. So I had got introduced to it like in 2000 and I was 22. So I was working at an outpatient clinic, and that's when I had kind of got introduced. Like I was working there, but like really not knowing like what mental health was or whatever. And so that's when I was telling you I had ended up smoking, and I had that attack, and then that's when I started kind of like they told me I had a panic attack, didn't know what that was, and I started doing research and trying to understand, and then that's when it started, and I started like learning about like mental health, the different type of diagnosis, and then I ended up going to an inpatient at a psychiatric hospital working for an actual psychiatrist. So I really seen that type of stuff with just people hearing voices, people commit suicide, of course, through depression and things like that or whatever. And then not knowing also that my brother, he was schizophrenia, but I did not know that at the time when I was working at the outpatient. I just thought that was him or whatever. But, he was talking to himself and all that too, but I just thought that that's what he was. So I really became the advocate because I'm just like, what if I knew the stuff I knew now? Like, I would have helped him way more than I did. So that's why I really be like kind of going hard for it because I think a lot of people got them aunties and uncles who probably be doing whatever and we like think it's okay or we like, oh, that's just them. When it's like really no, they just like probably need some medication and and they would be okay. But it's a lot of us who seems normal, but
it's not.
we need a little bit more help. Oh,
no, for sure. Like we take it for granted or we take it kindly. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, take it not really too seriously. And I love that our generation now is really more open
Thank
to
God,
it.
Thank God.
Yes.
Even men are starting to make posts about it. How they
that.
not
Yes.
they're like, that's amazing.
I love it.
Like I love that.
That's something like I always say now is like, once I get out there and whoever I pray that they got to be open to therapy and open to like just be mental health, be aware.
Well, I meet somebody. I always ask them what their childhood was like.
Yeah, that's
always,
a very, very
because I
good
be
question.
I always ask that first just to see a glimpse because I kind of will need to see you in all type of elements. I need to see when you're sad, when you're mad, when you're happy. Like I need to see like if you about to go blow the belt. Like if you mad at me, like you know what I'm saying. Like I don't argue. I'm a communicator, so I need to know just information so we can get along, whether it's a friend or not. Friend, relationship. I am a communicator. Yeah, I don't like feeling like I'm not heard. Like that really bothers me.
Oh my God,
I feel like I'm not heard.
Girl, that's irritating. That is very, very frustrating too because like now, like I didn't know how to communicate. Like before I entered into my journey, like I didn't learn how to communicate until after like I was divorced. Like even when I was married, I didn't know how to communicate. But I didn't learn that until You know what I'm saying? Now. And like when you learn how to communicate, especially like communicate your feelings and
Mm-hmm.
also to process your feelings and not act out of control, it's crazy because it's just be like I think if everybody knew how much just learning that could help relationships and even not just like um spouse relationships, like even family relationships,
Mm-hmm.
mother-daughter relationships. So many relationships could change just by off of learning communication skills and how to speak up. You know what I'm saying? Also to speak up and be gentle, like you said. Like me, the moment I feel attacked or I feel like you brushing me off or you're dismissing me, I now my I build a wall up because I don't like that. Like that
Girl, I
makes
get
me
a
not
whole
want to talk to you.
anxiety when somebody do that. Oof.
Oh
And
yeah,
but I've been really working on myself with that, and
yeah,
I just do something else. Like it took a long time for me to get there though, because when I feel like I'm not heard, ooh,
it's frustrating.
I'm like I'm trying to contact you from another number. If you block me, like I'm about to call you. I'm about to call you on another
Yeah.
number or something like that, because ain't no way I'm not about to get my words out, and you just gonna block me. That is the worst.
uh,
But yeah.
I think now I do like, cause so I used to be the type of person is like when I get angry I lash out. Now I'm just saying whatever come to my mind, my mouth is just saying it. But now I've learned to, okay, when I get upset and angry, I've learned to like, all right, come back to it,
Yep.
think before I react
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Like I got into it with my kid's dad the other day and I was just like, I had to hang up the phone, like, you know what, I'm not doing this because I just felt it was about to just go left. But I've learned to like take a break and then if I do need to lash out, I'll go like in the bathroom and stuff and I'll lash out and like if I'm talking to the person, you know what I'm saying? Or I'll talk to God about it, like, and I ain't gonna lie, I'll be talking to him like, Lord, they done piss me off. I'm saying what I want to say,
Mm-hmm. And
but
that's the best route to go,
yeah,
honestly,
and
because
it
you
helps
at
me
the end of the day,
control it.
we being a believer and everything, like you
Yeah.
gotta show them. I think that's the point too, like because if you lash out and he lash out or whoever, then it's like, oh, I thought you, because they be
Yeah,
quick. I
girl.
thought you was a woman of God.
Yeah,
Like that's the
yeah.
first thing they say. I cannot stand there when I'm getting into it with somebody and they be like, oh, I
Oh my
thought you was a Christian.
girl, that makes
Like
me
that's and
irritated.
they know I care about my spiritual life. So
Yeah.
I'm even more mad. And
Yeah.
we about to get to tussling because why is you bringing up my face in this?
Yes.
They be quick to
Oh
say
my
this. I
God.
absolutely hate arguing with somebody
Yeah.
and they say that, and I be like, what does this got to do with this? Like we all still human. So and that's
Yeah.
an excuse. Like
Yeah.
I didn't heard no all before.
Yeah. Oh, oh yeah. Listen.
That'd be the first thing they
Listen.
say.
So um dang. I think where was we at? I don't even know how we got here.
I don't either.
uh um
Oh, we
okay.
was talking about mental health, and you
Oh
were
yeah,
saying,
yeah, yeah, mental health. Yeah, so all right, and then far as like, I know you do a lot of community events and stuff and like, what are some things that you do just for the people who don't know
oh yeah.
like what you do
So
with
we
the
have a
events?
couple of annual events. So we have a Thanksgiving event.
Mhm.
We have Adopt a Child.
Mhm.
We have a back to school event, and then we have a self awareness appreciation day. So that is a day where people can nominate people, and then based off like whatever circumstance, or it could
Mhm.
be somebody who just can't afford it,
Okay.
and then they'll be able to get their hair done, their makeup done, massage. We get them a nice little brunch, and then of course my favorite, which is my mental health event, Sow Your Seed. That's one of my
Mhm.
favorites. And of course we bring in awareness about mental health. So them
Yeah.
are the main events. It's like 5, yeah. And then the U program is throughout the whole year, so it's 12 months.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's always running when we're not doing the regular annual
Right.
events. Yeah.
No, that's dope. And then I know you're a mom. So, how do you handle mom, nonprofit? I know you said currently not working, but how you handle balance, you balance your life with everything.
Oof. I'm still wondering how I do it myself.
uh,
I do it pretty well though. I ain't gonna lie. It's not really stressful. Because I'm true to this. Like,
period.
yeah.
And
Like,
this.
take my hands literally like my third child.
Mhm.
So I take it very seriously, and I just trust God in the process
Yeah.
through it all. I bring Bella with me if I have to.
Uh-huh.
For the most part. And I got support, so my son is taken care of because he's still a little young. But when he get older, he'll be there too,
Right.
at my events. So I be wanting, she be coming. My daughter, she's 6, so she be still helping out, cleaning up. So she participate in like the youth things that we do. So she be wanting to come. So gotta instill with her. You never know, she might take my hand when I get
Right.
older.
I know that's right. Yes, generation. That's what I'm talking about. Like,
Generational givers.
yeah. That's
That's
see? Yeah, I love that. No, because we gotta create like I think it's good that our kids see us, you know what I'm saying? Like just to break generational curses and you show your kids like
yeah, definitely.
I could do it. And you
I
can't.
take my
too.
daughter to church. She love church. She
That's
like
good.
God stories, all that. I be trying to, listen to my own stuff, and she be like, and she'll put on a little song, and I'll try to turn it off to listen to some like slow jams. Like, we gotta listen to Jesus. I be like, girl, sometimes I don't want to listen to Jesus. We do it all day. Like, can I get into my other little mode for a second? She be having to get out the car with me. And she be quick to put out who's that? Anthony Brown. I got that beat.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about
Man, she will play that song out. Oh my God.
I love that though.
But
That's so good.
Yeah, I love that she
that's
loved
good.
God.
Yes.
I love that I have introduced that to her, and that I don't gotta really make her go. Like she wanting to go to the kids' church and all that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right. So we are going to go to the last segment of the show. So we got to go over to the see yourself mirror. How do you see yourself mirror? All right. So I got 2 questions I'm going to ask you.
okay.
The first one is, when you look in the mirror, how do you see yourself?
So I see myself as this beautiful, young, black, smart woman who didn't allow her struggles overcome her and allowed it to be strengths. Who's resilient and a woman of God.
I love it.
Thank you.
Period. Next question is, if there's one thing that you haven't rewrote in your script, or that you have, what would it be, or what is it?
Rewrite my script for my life.
Yeah, like anything that you want to rewrite that you haven't yet, or that you have already.
If I wanted to rewrite the script, I would probably tell my younger self that I am worthy, because some of the events when I was younger created me to be a certain way when I grew older. So it was a lot of comparison, a lot of me feeling like that I wasn't worthy of different type of things. So I will rewrite and just go back and be like, you are worth it no matter that circumstance.
That's great. I love that. Well, thank you, Tia, for coming and sharing your story and talking to the people. And we appreciate you. You want to know? Oh, another thing we forgot to do is to let the people know, like, your social media stuff.
Oh,
like what you want.
Social media, Tia, Tia, Russell, RUSSELL _ and then Take My Hand, NP _
All right, y'all. Thank you. That is the end of the episode. We will catch y'all on the next one.